dressed in, they would say now, gaudy, real bright, colorful, florid ties. I would wear, you know, the French velveteen suits, one of which was iridescent purple, you know, like, can you imagine, like, you know, French, you know, velveteen purple in court with a big tie, because we were all psychedelicized. I can remember once, you know, I had eaten a little bit of hash the night before. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. I'd eaten a little hash. And I never practiced stoned. You can't do it, but it was still in me. And I can remember saying, as I was walking up, you know, I was walking up to the podium, I felt like I was floating. And I was going, oh shit, I hope everybody doesn't see that I'm floating. I don't know, I don't want to be humble, but I was probably a pretty good lawyer. I used to win an awful lot of cases. I did my own research and my own motions, and I was in court every day, and I argued passionately. After I would argue in court, and people saw that I was long-haired, and then people obviously saw me down here, I started to amass a following because I wasn't working for money. I was working as part of a movement. It was always we, you know, it was never the defendant. It was always like we. I was one of them. And so I represent like hundreds of people during the Haight-Ashbury because they'd get popped, you know, 30 at a time. They would raid a house and take 30 people away. And I would come to jail, and then I would go back to the house to try to clean it up and see and lock it down and all of that. So just to give an image of how busy or whatever, how you know, how many people are represented. A lot of times they would be arraigning people. They say, do you want the public defender? Do you have money? No, I don't have any money. Well, do you want the public defender? No, I want Tony Serra. And then they'd call me Tony Serra, Department 34, or whatever it is. So I was kind of like the people's public defender and the people's lawyer. And, you know, I never detached myself from the people. See, most lawyers, they say, don't get too close to your clientele. You've got to be, you know, detached. There has to be a distance. You have to maintain authority over them. If you get too friendly with them, you will lose your authority. So they didn't want to go to court, you know, with their client in the same car. They didn't want to visit in the house. They wouldn't go over there for Friday night, you know, smoke fest. So I did all of that. We're in the cerebral cortex of the 60s mentality. We are perceiving, you know, the ultimate spectrum of colors, which stands for the unification of all ideas and themes and people. And why, you know, it's especially meaningful to me is periodically just to keep the colors vibrant. So for me, it's kind of like the torch, the flame that carries, you know, the memories and the retrospections. It's like, and it's still fabulously new and still exciting in terms of its symbolism. So it makes me very happy to be here. So it makes me very happy to be here.